would think long and hard before you sign a contract containing a restrictive covenant. But let's take a step back and define our terms. I've seen a lot of subcontract agreements where the general will say that you agree, as part of the consideration for payment on this project, that for a period of 1 year, 2 years after completion of the work, you won't do any work with my customer, the owner, unless you go through me or unless you get my express written consent. Now, you can understand what the general is saying. They don't want anybody to do an end run. They don't want the owner to decide that they like you better. They can cut out the middleman and go directly to you. I get it. It makes sense. However, you may not be in a position to sign that for 2 reasons. Number one, the restrictive covenant may be very broadly written. It may not just specify you can't do any work for my client on this project. It may say you can't do any work for any of my clients. Well, in that case, you don't know who their clients are. How can you agree to that? And why would you limit your business development by eliminating your right to work for a whole class of companies? Now, the other thing that restrictive covenant might say is that as a condition for working on this project, you won't do any work competitive with me at all. No, don't sign that. There's no reason you should limit your business activities. Really, at best, the most protectable interest, the most reasonable interest that the general would have is saying that you won't do an end run for this customer for this type of work. And that's fine if you have to. The other consideration, of course, is depending upon how big your company is, you may have no way of keeping track of that. I mean, imagine if you signed 5, 10, 80 contracts containing these restrictive covenants with a bunch of general contractors. You'd have no idea each time you bid a contract or accepted a contract whether you'd be in violation of some other contract. So my best piece of advice is to stay away from the restrictive covenants. And if you have to sign it, number one, think long and hard, and number two, make them really, really narrowly tailored so that it doesn't restrict you and you don't inadvertently cross some line that you may have even forgotten about.